Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Pentacles, very stable. This is health and wealth, right? Fitness and finances. This is safety, security, and stability. Very good. Let's put it into some context, right? Let's see what's going on in your life right now. A lot of effort being put into maintaining this Four of Pentacles. And we've got some interesting, okay. Interesting. We've got a nice contrast between the fire and the water here. And we also have this kind of doubt in the background, but then also this faith, hope, and trust in the future, right? So this is quite interesting. Let's continue here. Six of Pentacles, very good. Nine of Swords, okay, yeah, that makes sense with the five there. We've got a Knight of Pentacles and the High Priestess, very nice. There is a lot of faith and hope and trust, and this kind of receptivity that is needed in your life right now, okay? And we'll talk about all that. First, let's select the mystery card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we'll just set down over here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right, let's look around the room again because we see just these two major arcana energies, the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess. This is almost like we're just kind of, we're giving it all up to God, Goddess, deity, to the universe, our higher self, higher soul, ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever you want to call it. We're kind of saying, I've done all I can, the rest is up to you, right? And that's kind of what I mean by faith and trust. It's not that we're just sitting back, not doing anything, just twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the universe to come drop a bunch of money in our laps. It would be nice. But no, we're putting in all of this effort. You got a 10 of Wands here. You're putting in tremendous effort to building your stable foundational life. To make sure, and this could be a health thing, it could be a financial thing for you. I think it's a life thing, right? We're putting in a lot of effort to establish a very stable and steady life. Now, the Four of Pentacles here, this is some safety and security. It is kind of illusory, right? It's a 4. What about the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles? We get to the 4, we think, we've made it. We're good. We've got this nice, stable structure. We've got these walls that aren't coming down. Let's not be that naive, right? Let's know that change is inevitably coming. And that's part of the Wheel of Fortune, too. This wheel keeps turning, right? And we know that whatever we're building now has to be maintained. It has to, we have to continue to put effort into it to build it up stronger. But there's always going to be something infinite and unknown that is going to come in and disrupt things. We know it's going to happen at some point. We can't predict everything. The Four of Pentacles tries to. We want the familiar. We want the predictable. I want to know what tomorrow's going to be like. I want to know what challenges I have to face, tomorrow, later today, whatever. But with the fire energy that we have, and with the nature of these major arcana cards, the universe is kind of saying, hey, expect the unexpected. You can't know what tomorrow will bring, right? All you can do is try your absolute very best, which is this 10. Now, the 10 of Wands is also saying to have a support system. Don't think that you have to carry everything by yourself. And I kind of feel like you may be trying to. You may be thinking that you have this heavy burden, this huge load to carry, and there's nobody to help you, right? And I think when we start feeling that way, that's when we start getting into some doubt. We start getting into this 9 of Swords, where we're looking at the environment. We're looking at the world around us as being one cold, hard SOB. It's the 9 of Swords. I think sometimes maybe you feel that way. Maybe you feel like you've got so much responsibility, so much burden on you just to maintain the 4 of Pentacles, right? A stable life for yourself, your loved ones. Maybe you're carrying all the work at your career, at your job. You're carrying all the responsibility, all the burden. So we might have a little bit of bitterness toward the world, and I think we all do at some point, okay? Because we may look at things as being not really all that fair. But we'll get back to that card. I don't want to dwell on that. The 5 of Swords in the background here. This is, I think, one of the reasons why you're trying to carry everything yourself. Is because somewhere along the line in your past, someone told you couldn't, right? And maybe this is from childhood. Maybe this is even a family member, right? A parent or something. Or, other peers, kids at school or something. I feel like there was this challenge in your past. Someone told you couldn't do something. And I feel like now you're just kind of like, oh yeah, watch me, But I feel like this is, we've got to change this thinking around a little bit. We've got to put spirit back on top. We've got to stop looking at it as if I have something to prove to the world. Or even to yourself. You don't have to prove anything, right? If we turn this card around, we start putting spirit on top, we let spirit take the wheel. This is saying, I don't have anything to prove. I'm doing this just for spirit, just for love, just for the karma, just for its own sake, right? And I think that this is the way that we put in our best effort. You're still putting in your 10 of Wands. You're still putting in every ounce of energy and effort and attention into your life. But it's almost as if we're kind of now unattached to the results of it. Does that make sense? That the outcome of what we do is not a reflection of our worth, right? 5 of Swords. We got to flip that card around. Whether you succeed or fail is not a reflection of your value or your worth. Okay. You're doing the very best that you can. The results are the results. Now, you could put in every ounce of energy. You could do everything perfectly, flawlessly, and it still would fail. There are things that we can't predict. There are unexpected circumstances, events. There are so many variables. There's an infinity of things that we can't know, right? So we can put in our very best effort, and things still may not work out. So we have to be prepared for that. We have to expect that, right? And I think that's really a lot of this Wheel of Fortune. It's saying, I'm putting in my best effort, and God, Goddess, Universe, the rest is on you. Because you can only do what you're capable of doing, and that is being the very best version of yourself, always trying to do your very best. Trying to do. And we're not going to succeed at that every time. Right? And I think a big part of doing our best is to understand when we have to share the workload with others. Sometimes we have to ask for help. That's us being the very best version of ourselves, and doing our very best is by maybe delegating a little bit, relying on others, asking for help, accepting help, to maintain this for and to build upon this. Now, we see the fire and water energy here. And with the water energy here, this is really the emotional transparency. This is understanding who you are, what is at the depths of you. This is understanding why you are the way you are and why you feel the way you feel, why you do the things you do, why you want the things that you want. Yeah. And I think that this is that spiritual work. This is that really deep psychological spiritual work that I think a lot of us are undertaking to a greater or lesser degree, maybe not even really consciously. But there is a real depth to you. And I feel like you're someone who feels things very, very deeply. And it's not a feeling, it's not a depth that I think you're very, how do I say this? You're not very forthcoming with that. You are a very deep person, very thoughtful person. You feel things very deeply. But I don't think people in your life really know that about you, right? Because I think it's something that we keep hidden, right? This water energy is down beneath the surface. It's hidden by all of this activity and everything else. So I don't think it's something that you share very readily, but I think it does come out in other ways. It comes out especially when we feel almost disappointed in the world around us, right? That we start to get maybe a little bit bitter, start to get a little grumpy, maybe, And I think that this is kind of because we expect people to know what we're feeling or what we want or what we need, even though we haven't told them. So the universe isn't responding to us in the way that we need, and we get a little grumpy about that. I think we all do that. I certainly do. So I think that part of this Five of Swords is learning to communicate our needs. Yeah. Now, with the Princess of Wands up here, this is kind of that unexpected variable. This is the card that says there's always going to be something that happens. There's going to be always this wild card. Yeah, and this is what we wish we could know. We want to be able to predict this, but if we could predict it, it would no longer be the variable. It would no longer be the wild card, right? As soon as we can predict this, a new one takes its place. Yeah, and there's always going to be this factor. No matter how well we plan something or organize something, no matter how much we feel like we know and can predict everything that's taking place, there is something that is going to catch you off guard. So really this is saying, let's anticipate the unexpected. Let's expect it. We can't predict it. We know it's coming, so we can be kind of like on our toes, And I really do like the Wheel of Fortune here in the future, because this is saying that, look, it's worthwhile for you to put in your best effort, to work on the things we talked about, to think about these things, and then to offer it all up to the universe. To say, the universe does have a plan for us. That there is something greater than me out there. Yeah. So this is having the faith and the certainty, and the same thing with the High Priestess. Having faith is having certainty about something for which we can have no certainty. And it's kind of like expecting the unexpected, right? As soon as we expect it, it's no longer unexpected. It's a paradox. So how can we be certain about something that by its very nature we can't be certain about? Well, that is the kind of, that's resigning ourselves to the will of the universe. We put in our very best effort, but beyond that, it's not our show, right? It's not our show. So I like that. Now we're going to move to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave me a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right. Thank you. I love all of you. The Six of Pentacles. This is, I think, how we're viewing the path of the dove. And this is material success. This is kind of like, this is the way that we get our Four of Pentacles, we get this stability, we do what we can to stabilize, to build the foundation. And then it's up to the universe or the environment or spirit to put the icing on the cake, so to speak. Okay? And if we have that proper formula, if we can understand that combination of forces, there's no limit to how successful you can be. This is material success. This is a circle. This is a shining, brilliant light. This is something that keeps expanding, which looks very much like the Wheel of Fortune, doesn't it? The Jupiter energy here, expansive, growing, no limit. And now it's manifesting in a very practical way. If this is the archetype, this is the activation. This is above, this is below. This is spirit and this is matter. So you're seeing the absolutely infinite potential of what you're doing. Success can be as grand as you wish. This is a very good energy. And this is feeling like I could do anything. There's no limit here. That when you're working in tandem with spirit, with the divine energy, your success is limitless. It's an ever-expanding light, right? Infinite. I like it. The Nine of Swords, don't like it. Don't like it. And this, I think, is our adversity. This is us feeling that somehow it's us against the universe. It's us against the world, right? Well, we've talked about that. We're figuring out how to kind of remedy this, how to take care of this a little bit. We don't need to dwell on that card, okay? The next card is the Knight of Pentacles. It's the cardinal earth energy. This is the energy that has the vision of the future. This is understanding that everything we do, every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating who we will be in the future. Okay? This is us being able to see our future self. Okay? And this is the difficulty. This is the card that we kind of are wanting to avoid. This is the obstacle. Because I think as it has been previous, especially with the swords energy, we haven't really been liking the vision that we see in the future. It's just kind of, it's almost as if when we're in this air energy, the future that we see is not a very pleasant one, right? We see kind of a dystopia. But changing the relationship between ourselves and spirit, ourselves and the environment, I think maybe now we can see a better picture of ourselves in the future, a better life for ourselves. Yeah. So this is a card that asks you to visualize your best life, your best self and your best life, right? You have to be in that life. Visualize it. Do it as an exercise. After you watch this reading and a few more, go check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings. Her channel is called Ula Tea Leaf Readings. It's very good. After you watch all those readings, visualize your very best life and then work backwards to understand what we have to be doing right now, to understand how important it is that you have this working dynamic relationship between yourself and spirit. Yeah. Final card, of course, is the High Priestess. And this is being open to those variables. This is saying that the more we work on this relationship, the more we're going to be trusted with the information, right? The more downloads you will get, the more Clairvoyant you will become. Yeah. We start listening to our dreams. We start listening to the unconscious. We start paying attention to signs and symbols and synchronicities. Spirit is talking to you. Yeah. And we have to be open to that, because that's going to give us a little bit of the resolution of that paradox. How do we expect the unexpected? How do we have certainty about the uncertain? Well, it's being revealed to you in subtle ways, but we have to retune our mental energy, our psyche, so that we can start receiving those messages. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card now. I really don't know what this could be. Maybe we'll see a resolution of some of the air energy. Maybe we'll get like a 6 of swords, I think would be nice. Or an ace, that'd be cool. Otherwise, maybe some water energy. Maybe a 6 of cups is what we need. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I think 6 of cups. Showing the 3 and the 3. Intertwining. We're connecting, right, with that which is outside of us. With the universe, with the God, goddess, deity. With everything that is not in here, in our soul, I think 6 of cups. Well, it's the 2 of cups. That's even better. This is that kind of one-on-one direct connection, even better than a 6 of cups, right? More pure, more foundational. And the 2, well, also relates to the High Priestess, the second mystery of the tarot. So we have the connection with the number 2. It's a one-on-one relationship, This is talking about, I think, those intimate relationships, those really close bonds, And that really does call back to the 10 of Wands here. Carrying everything yourself. No, is there someone close to you? Do you have a partner? Do you have a spouse, business partner, best friend, whatever? Is there already someone that you're in partnership with that you need to strengthen that bond with? Open up that channel of communication, of love. This card's all about love. Yeah, I think this is a very good confirmation. Very, very good. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. New Leo readings every Tuesday and Saturday, but I'm here every day. You could just come and see me again tomorrow. All right? I'll be here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. Leave a comment for me. I really do love hearing from you. Go check out my wife's channel, Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Her readings and my readings seem to really complement each other, even though we don't collaborate in any way. There's really a nice resonance there, and I hope you'll check it out. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.